Good morning, everybody. Starting off the day with oh, my camera's not even on. There we go. Good morning, everybody, from the secret location of Grandma's house. We bring you the Welcome to Rebellion podcast live, where you get all the news, the correct news, the right news, all the news. Mom made me some nice coffee this morning. I think I'm on the right microphone. I think I'm on the right camera. I think everything is looking good. We did have we cooked out on the grill last night and I let a bunch of flies in. I forgot. It's different. All I did was open the door for about 5 minutes and I got yelled at again like it was in the old days. Who left the door open? It's like oh, sorry about that. So like any normal person, they have a giant fly swatter, and my job was to go around and try to kill the flies. But now in your hallway, I see you, Bruce. Man, all I'm saying, like in Florida, like bugs do get in. Don't get me wrong, but nothing like this. Like we grilled, we were sitting outside, everybody was talking, and like flies started coming around like we were camping. That doesn't happen in Florida too much. Like I could tell you, grill outside, leave the door open, maybe a bug will get in. It's a little different. I don't know. And the flies just came in like crazy. I was like, oh yeah, well, we're in a different neighborhood. They live out in the sticks in the woods. So yeah, it was one of those. Who left the door open? I was like, that would be me. Jay, they don't have door screens. They do. I just left it like I don't have this in my home. I don't have a door screen for the front and back door. It's just a door. But here, I forgot like they have a screen door. You open up and there's a little thing on the top, like this little piece of metal you push and it keeps the screen door open. So I'm like bringing stuff in and out, right? So I just open up the screen door and put this little metal thing at the top. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about? And had the door open while I was opening up things back and forth. So, yo, Cole Houses here. Boy, I got a story for you, man. I got a story. All I did was think about Cole Hauser when I saw this story. I don't know why. That's because I love him that much. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just my nature. So yeah, so I left then I left the other door open. So everything was, I was like, man, somebody get these flies out of here. Anyway. Hey, first super chat of the day. Jay was going to say who let the dog. Well, the sun's shining car. I got my car. I was up. I don't know what it is about staying over here, but I'm up like at 5 a.m. like every day. I don't know what it is. Jay, please close the shades behind you. That's all we got. Those shades are closed. Should I turn the light off? Will that help? I don't know. Those shades are closed. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yes, we also lost another icon, another 80-year-old. Holy crap, dude. The original, the greatest Long John Silver. Tim Curry. So it's that was like Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, man. Now I'm like, what should we do for Monday hangover? Should we? I'll put it in the Monday hangover chat as like what what movie should we watch? Should we watch a Dolly Parton movie? Should we watch The best Pennywise. Yeah, that's right. Could you please get out of the frame? Man, that wasn't nice. That better? I don't know, man. I don't know. The other thing is my webcam is like messing with me because it's leaning to the left. So I'm trying to lean to the right to make myself look stable. Because if I sit up straight, it looks like anyway, whatever. Whatever. Watch the Three Musketeers. Jay, when are you going home? Sometime next week. Sometime next week. I'll be at King's Dominion and then I'll be making my way back home somewhere. Let me say hi to all my people on Kick. Shout out Spider, Old Man Hatfield. Jay has a permanent seat at the kids' table. Yeah, that's for sure. My people over on Rumble, Mid Iowa Gamer, Steel Egg, Old Racers over there, and Alf. Mm-hmm. And then all the fun people over here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Where should we begin? Where should we begin? Tim Curry in Clue and Muppet Treasure Island were my favorites. Great movies. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, wasn't that was a musical with Burt Reynolds, right? Wasn't that was a movie about with Burt Reynolds, Cole Hauser? Don't forget Tim in Home Alone 2. I can't forget that because every little retarded freak on Twitter right now is like they killed the wrong actor in Home Alone 2. Like they're trying to say like it should have been Trump, not these Home Alone actors. Like crazy. Rhinestone. Mm, Batman Begins. Tim Curry was in Batman Begins. Was he? What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Yo, what's up, Drew? Welcome to the early morning show. Welcome to the early morning show. Thank you. Um, Tim was Darkness in Legend with Tom Cruise. I didn't know that either. He has a long resume, and I think Tim Curry. Oh, you said where to begin, Jay. Oh, my bad. My bad. I missed the joke. He started off with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Um, you know, Jay, you are simply stupid. Good morning to you too. Gotta check on that grammar. That's all I gotta say before you call somebody stupid. So, oy. Let's see. Just making sure I got all the. Yeah, there we go. Predon Corpse over on Kick. Thank you, brother. With 4 kicks to the face. And everybody's doing good on Rumble. Remember, I'm like not like I don't have my home thing, so kind of crazy. You called me stupid, but you still watch me. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I guess. All right. Where I'm all lost here. Let me pull up my bookmarks and we'll go from there. Dan Vass with 50 ruples says simply stupid tax. Thank you for the $6 American. You know, I'm just saying. Is that called? Is it rubles? Ruples? I mean, you're gonna insult me and not. You know, all I'm saying, buddy, if you're gonna insult me, use proper grammar when you do so. It's pretty bad when me of all people, you know, I'm not from us. Okay, man. I mean, I'm just like, come on, buddy. Simply ungrateful. Cheers, brother. It's not ruples, it's Rios. All right. That's how the stream's gonna start today, I guess. That's where we're going. Well, there's a lot of stupid to be had here. All right, there's a lot of stupid to be had. Let's start off with Ted Cruz. Let's start off with Ted Cruz, and he tried to make a tribute to Dolly Parton, man. Like he really tried. He deleted this tweet. Beard old. You didn't spell simply right. $7 from Wyoming Sasquatch says, here's more than Dan. Oh, Jay, are you looking for Mitch McConnell? Still no info yet, man. I don't, dude. That guy's on a boat somewhere floating. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll talk about Tim Curry and his movies because yeah, that was like that's wild. Yeah, look at that. We just did the Hunt for Red October over on the Monday Hangover. That's 4 we lost from that movie. Tim Curry, Sam Neill, Sean Connery, and James Earl Jones. Yeah. Yeah. Nerf Herder for 2 says, I still gave more than Dan with the $2. Yeah. Yeah. So Ted Cruz quote tweeted this account and wrote legend, crying emoji, heart emoji, and prayer emoji. Now I understand he was trying to pay tribute to Dolly Parton, of course, but I don't think he realized that the account that he quote tweeted, if you see the account name that he quote tweeted, this thing started going crazy. People were commenting, and then he eventually deleted it and found another one to did the account change their name after he did that? I don't think so. I don't think so because as soon as he quote tweeted it, people were like, Ted's admitting some, like the comments were like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, simply Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz's tiny, you could see it from there. You can read it. For those, I know there's people that are just listening. They don't watch. I don't blame them. They don't want to see my face, especially when I don't have all the proper lighting. My head just looks abnormally larger than normal in this setup, but I mean, like I said, that's just what it is. And who knows? We might see a crazy neighbor walk past. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of craziness. And I do want to address something. I kind of started off with a joke here, but I want to address something that our good friend B Man, who's always modding, who's always here, is had a very had a death in the family um past few days. So he might show up, might be lurking for a few days. I told him, man, like take like bro, don't worry about the show. We'll be fine. And I told the chat, like, if you guys could say a prayer for B Man's family, someone really close. Um, if he feels like sharing, that's up to him. But I spoke to him this morning. Someone really close in his family passed away. So we love you, B Man. I know we tease each other back and forth. We love you, man. And you are a huge part of this show. And if you're listening, just you're in our thoughts and prayers. So we love you, man. We love you, brother. And just let us know if you need anything. So yeah, look at the chat. Beautiful. 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 Um, so we're gonna go from that to something. I mean, that's how the show goes. And um NBC7 San Diego has reported that classrooms in San Diego now have a fart corner that gives students a place to pass gas without leaving class. And it helps normalize a very normal bodily function. Ah, there he is. Being as I'm talking about farting in school. There he is. There he is. In all my years, I never thought that, hey, how do we help this problem? I know. We'll give students a place to fart and not leave class so they don't miss the important things that I'm teaching. Uh I'm just saying, like, what could possibly go wrong? Uh what could possibly go wrong? What's this? Jay, it's been 19 minutes and I already just want to go play video games. You're telling me my show sucks. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can go play video games. Like, you don't need my permission to go play video games. Never in my wildest dreams as a teacher would I even think about letting Billy go into a corner while everybody stares at him while he lets one rip. I mean, you want to talk about a bigger distraction? It's awful. The worst thing that happened in a classroom is when one of the students did an SBD, because you're sitting there teaching and it's like you have two options. You see every kid putting their shirt over their nose, right? And then you got to figure out who did it. It disrupts the class. You got to air out the classroom. I always say, if you got a rip, raise your hand and go to the bathroom. Like, I never let them do it in class. Never. The worst thing ever was when you would see what they were having for lunch. Like, you would know. you would know it's like, oh man, that ain't like if it was like taco day or something with like refry, I was like, this ain't gonna end well. This is not gonna go good for my classroom at all. And sure enough, everything that could go wrong always did. But man, the fact that like a girl or a guy would raise her hand and be like, "Excuse me, may I go to the corner?" Cole Hauser, no. Can I go to the corner? All right, everybody. Let's go to let's just wait for Billy to finish. All right, he's in the corner. And then the sound, like you telling me like this absolutely makes zero sense whatsoever. I don't get it. It's like, hey, we're gonna normalize farting in public. Now, some people already have done that. They don't care. They don't care where they are, they just let it rip. All right. Some people just like it's normal, it's whatever. We just let it go. But even when you burp or fight, you kind of got to do it in like a special, pardon me. Teachers are calling this a win-win. This is where you get the news that you won't normally hear anywhere else. A gas station for farts. This Georgia. My bad. This is Georgia. I said it was California. This Georgia teacher said it's a classroom win-win. I take everything back. I guess it was a San Diego news company that the fart corner gives students a place to pass gas without leaving class and helps normalize a very normal bodily function. Oh no. How do I go back to that?
So y'all have been asking me about the gas station in my classroom. Okay, so as you can see, my classroom is pretty spacious. Now, this is where all the learning happens for tier one instruction. So I'll be down here teaching them and they'll be sitting on the rug. Now, if they have to relieve themselves, they will just simply get up off of the rug and they will walk back to that corner right there where you see that little yellow sign. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So they get up off the
She calls it
rug,
the gas
walk over
station.
here, and they come right here to the gusty winds area. And of course, we have everything they need over here. They have sprays. Not do I require them to spray? I don't. I just put it there in case they just want to go ahead and use it because I spray my classroom every day anyway. So yeah, that's it. That's the station. It's pretty simple. They just come, stand here, and what I love about this is while I'm teaching, no one has to ask. I don't have to stop teaching in order to say, yes, you can go. No, just get up, go use, I mean, go get up, go excuse yourself, and I can continue teaching. And then with the student inside the classroom, they don't lose any instruction. They can continue to learn. It's a win win situation.
Well, okay. 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 One commentator wrote, "This is genius, and normalizing body functions without disturbing the class is amazing." Bro, if we're ha- I just if we're having a reading session and people are reading and somebody walks over to the corner and you just hear like the trombone, I don't know how that I don't know how you keep going. How does that even work? Most classrooms, at least in Florida, I don't know about y'all school. They have a toilet in in their classroom. They have a bathroom in their classroom for like K through 5th grade. Usually they have a so it's like you just go in there and turn the fan on and just wait, you know? Gosh. Shut your butt, Billy. uh I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if it works for. Listen, if it works for her classroom, then that's great. You gotta do what works. They should make the same corner kids have to stand where they miss. Oh. Billy, you gonna talk out of line again? You're gonna cut. You're gonna cut in the corner. Then you get to stand in the breezy wind zone for 5 minutes. That's right. Just breathe in everybody's farts all day for 5 minutes. That's your punishment. Get over there. Maybe that'll teach you from cutting in line or speaking out of turn. Just go over there. Just go over there. Cali teachers trying to bring back masks in the classroom. And Wyoming Sasquatch sending a bunch of happy poops. I think one of those are for Dan. Crazy. I did not have a I was the only grammar school teacher that didn't have a bathroom in my classroom. And I appreciated that because you hear stories from the other teachers that, oh man, Greg showed up and he's been a little sick. So he spent most of the time in the bathroom. And once he opened that door, we had to go outside. Awful. Just freaking awful. Just awful. But I mean, whatever works for your classroom, I guess. You know? Hold on, the comments are the best. Look at this. The kid who got the seat assignment closest to the fart corner. Yo, John Ambler, shout out, man. And thank you, Spear, for the gifty, brother. Thank you. That's how it is. Hey, you have a good first day, Billy? My chair's next to the fart corner. I hear it all, even the girls. Oh, she does call it a gas station, so we got that right. Eesh. Oh. Every classroom needs a toilet and a sink. I don't think when they get older, like when you're I think in grammar school, yes. I think when middle school and they start to switch classes all the time, I think they just a regular bathroom. Um yeah. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Dang, Tree Bear at it again, man. Look at this. I'm Hank Hill. This is great. Yo, this is great, man. I think I could pull that off. I think I can help pull that off, man. Let's see. Let me check. I see Kick. I see Rumble. People are asking me if girls toot. It's possible. You know, it's possible. Look at it. Did anybody have this in their did anybody have this in their house? Look at this. Then we'll get into like Florida with another win. Man, I'm going to miss Ron DeSantis as governor. Look at that thing. I think we need to bring this back. Was this a thing? Of course, who listens? Does anybody still listen to the radio? Hey, Was, shout out. Does anybody listen to the radio anymore? Like, no freaking way. No freaking way. You listen to it in your car? And yeah, they still work. Look at this guy, man. Freaking legend. You listen to the radio while driving. All right. Nowadays, with these fancy new cars and everything, it's like a lot of people don't listen as much as they used to. You know, as much as they used to. It's an intercom system. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That looks like a radio on the top. And then it says tuning and volume. And then the top part is an intercom system. Wait a minute. You're telling me you could be handling business and talking to people at the same time? What? It will talk to other people in the toilet? You push the buttons to talk. Well, sweet Jesus and cheese. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I mean, if you had an intercom system in the whole house and you really wanted to make an impact, you just turn on the intercom system, push the button, and say, "Hey guys, you want to hear something?" and just let it go. He just let it fly, man. Is that how it works? Oh no. Oh, I can only imagine how fun that might be. Or if, like, grandpa goes into the bathroom and the kids are like, hey, turn on the intercom. Let's hear what he's saying in there. Hear all the grunts and noise. All right, now that I rethink this, I think I'd just rather keep the radio. I'd rather keep the radio. Hey, Graham showed up. Talk about shooting the. Oh. John Ambler is correct. Attention. Attention. I have an important announcement to make. Whew. Hi. This show is full of gas this morning, I tell you. Just full of it. Full of it. Just full of it. Oy. Let's go. Let's bring up Florida here real quick. Breaking: Governor Ron DeSantis announces the Florida cabinet will officially designate Antifa, the Muslim Brotherhood, and Council of American Islamic Relations as terrorist organizations under a law that takes effect today. Islamic and leftist violence have no place in Florida. The law takes place effective July 1st today. This is an old post? Because it's September. I just now saw this. It was posted yesterday. All right. Well, it's taking place now. I didn't even know this was a thing. Let's hear what he has to say.
But the law takes effect on July 1st today. And so we are not going to waste any time. We're going to move forward and we're going to make sure that we're very robust in doing this. And so based on the recommendations of Florida's domestic security professionals and the authority, the newly established authority in law, my office and the cabinet are poised to officially designate the first slew of terrorist organizations under the new law. That'll be a reaffirmation of my prior executive order for the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council of American Islamic Relations. We will also be adding and ratifying Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, as well as a number of groups that are,
well, even though it's late, it's still good
affiliated
news.
with drug cartels or themselves drug cartels, such as Cartel de Sinaloa, Tren de Aragua, and other ones that you've heard of. And then finally, including this initial tranche, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps of Iran. These are things that have very strong factual basis.
Yeah, exactly. It's new to me news. It's new to me news. Man, I'm gonna miss DeSantis as governor in Florida. That's just me. Maybe not everybody. That's just me. I like it. I'm down with it. It's definitely going to be better than this person right here. I don't know. Shout out Wicked Virtue sent this to me. Apparently, this is the Democrat nominee for U.S. Senate in Oklahoma. She seems totally normal and stable. I mean, I just saw this movie. Wow. War, famine, pestilence, death, and you are liberal white women. Boy, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right, who is this? Who is this person? What?
Mark Wayne Mullen is a terrible senator. Do not vote for him. He is a Christian nationalist, a mediocre white man.
What the freak? She's running for office? Who is this lady? Who is this lady? Anybody know who she is? That's the problem, man. Like, these crazy people just don't care. What is her name? Oh, here we go. It is. This is. I can't even pronounce that name. Jasmine Thomas. She won a runoff election in Oklahoma and is now the Democrat candidate for U.S. Senate. No, I'm not joking. I'm serious. She makes AOC look like a freaking. Oh, man. Good luck, Oklahoma. Good luck. Good luck. The candidate has come out and said this was a stage from a film scene from 2000 Mean Girls. I just did it as a meme. She did it as a meme. Ooh. Well, okay. Okay. All right, I found her page. Here we go. Let's see what she stands for. Mama nurse, military spouse, Chickasaw, running my mouth and my campaign straight for the US Senate. Managed by staff. Okay, this is managed by staff. Help us make the most of our upcoming trip to the panhandle of the state by donating in the link below. We'll be fighting for education reform, protecting gay rights, protecting our farmers, support our working families, government accountability, and accessible healthcare. This is just a blank. I like these blanket statements, man. These blanket statements. My team and I just got off the phone with Bernie Sanders, and he told me to tell you to donate. He was very confused about how we tackled statewide primary with just $57,000. Impressed. Okay. Yep. I've been beefing with Kevin's since 2016. First Kevin Durant, then came Kevin Stitt, and now Kevin Hearn. I don't know, man. I don't know. And they put her video in. You say you're going to impeach Trump again. You know what happens to a prosecutor who keeps bringing up the same case against someone and losing? They lose their jobs. Yeah. Good luck, Oklahoma. Good luck. It's really something. Hey, I think I found my next trip, though. Who wants to go with me? Apparently, North Korea is open for all tourists, regardless of nationality. North Korea has come out and made a statement that we're going to open our arms to tourism again. So no matter where you are, we want you in our country. Who wants to go with me to North Korea? Who wants to go with me as we go to North Korea? Let's see. Thundarius said he'll go. Yeah, he'll be arrested in the first 5 minutes. Elite Super Grunt, he's done. He'll be arrested. Let's go make some vlog. I don't even think you're allowed to record in the country. I think if you get caught recording in the country, you have to, I don't know. Dennis Rodman will go. I gotta have a son in North Korea. I gotta, I'm trying to like hit every country. So thanks for the poop. How does she even get nominated? Because nobody else will run. And they promise free stuff. That's it. That's their whole campaign, Chris. Normal, good people, they don't want to run because they don't want the headaches. Crazy people don't care because they don't have headaches. And they just go out and say, I'm going to give you free stuff. Like that list, she was just like, we're going to give you free health care. And we're going to do this. So vote for me. Plus, Trump sucks. So vote for me. And then they get nominated. It's crazy how it works. I can only imagine a lady like this would do to my Transformer. She can't be fixed. Not even Cole Hauser wants to take a chance. Yeah, I'll be Kim Jong-jae. That's right. You know? I know I probably can't take a Bible with me. I don't think they allow cripples, Alex. I'm so sorry. I would love to take you, but I don't think they allow. No cripples in the chat, you know. Hey, pee pee poo poo man. He's saving $1 by giving me 10 cents. Love it. If I could be honest, I think you might be safer in Haiti than in North Korea. Do we not remember what happened to the one guy? So what the one American? I will say this. I will say this. I think it would be easier to travel, and this is my stupid opinion. I think it would be easier to travel to North Korea as an American with Trump in office than with Biden in office. Right? I think it would be a little safer. I'm not saying it's like, hey, let's all pack our bags and go. But that one America that went under Biden, remember? He went and he took a flag off the hotel wall, right? Isn't that what he did? They locked him in jail and then they go, yeah, you want your American back? They sent him back and he was a vegetable and then he just died. Isn't that what happened? He got in trouble for just taking a small poster off the wall. He died. Imagine going to North Korea. Everything's going great. You take a small, like, you steal something. Number one, you shouldn't freaking steal anything. He took a poster and they made him a vegetable and then he died. Yeah. And then they were like, we don't know what to do with him. We'll just send him back. And yeah, Otto. Yeah, that's right. When I went to every time I went to China, we got warnings all the time like, hey, look, China has cameras everywhere. Do not do anything stupid. And it ain't like America where you can go into a hotel room and steal the towels and no one will say anything. It ain't like that. You go into China and steal the towels, you will be arrested and locked in jail for years. And they probably watching. That was back in 2016, not Biden. Well, what I'm saying is I think it would be a little safer under Trump than it would be under Biden, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't screw up in Singapore. Listen, I get it. We're Americans. We're big. We're loud. We think we run the world. We kind of do. We think we're better than every country. Nah, you know. A lot of Americans have that attitude. They travel abroad and they're like, I'm an American. I do whatever I want. Doesn't really work that way. You got to respect, the laws. That kid spray painted cars. And under the law in Singapore, you get caned. All right. He got freaking, and they reduced the lashes because he was an American. Unbelievable. I was all for the full caning. Like, why would you why would you wake up in a foreign country and spray paint cars? And then go, I'm really sorry about that. Please don't hit me. And they're like, well, he's an American. Let's just beat him less. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm all for a little if I'm not against that. If we did that in our country, I ain't against that. I ain't against that. You might think, Jay, that's a little harsh, but man, we need a little law and order in this country. People that's the problem. We like Americans go to these other countries and they're like, I can just do what I want. I'm an American. We do it in our country. We steal stuff. We steal pens off the table. We take pictures off the wall. Like we do, like whatever. Am I wrong? Am I being too hard? There's a reason why you go to some stores and the deodorant is locked up. You have to get an attendant to really, like, that's the country that we live in. You go to Singapore, you go to these other places, there's store, and I'm sure it's like that in Japan, I believe, and in Singapore, and I know it's a fact in China. China has like 7-Eleven convenience stores. They're not 7-Eleven, but there's no attendant. There's no attendee. Like, there's no worker. You go in, you get what you want, you scan, you pay for it, you take your receipt to the door, and it opens the door. Oh, there's no way we could do that here. Maybe in some towns. The thing is, I don't want cameras everywhere. That's the problem. I really don't want that. Like those flock cameras. I don't want that. But it's so if we had tougher punishments, then maybe we won't need all those cameras because people will behave themselves. But because I feel like there's no tough punishment and crime is just so rampant and it's just so whatever, they're going to use that as a way to put in cameras. That's what I think. That's what happens in low trust society. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They'll be like, someone's going to get killed. Someone will get, an elderly woman will get beat up or something. And then they'll be like, well, if we had a camera here, we would arrest those vandals. And people will get all emotional about it. Like, that's my grandma. We got a pad. And they'll call it the Betty Lou Act. We need a Betty Lou Act. When all you got to do is tighten up crime. It's just like, you steal something, you're going to get 6 lashes with a cane and you're going to get locked up. Well, it's just a stick of deodorant. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have stole it. Yeah, the Billy Act. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, kind of went off topic. I think it would be an amazing, in my honest opinion, I think it would be an amazing trip to go to North Korea and see the country and just see how it I bet there are some beautiful, amazing architecture and things like that. And because it's a country that people can't film in or take photos, like they try to keep it hush. You can't even go on somehow you can't even go on Google Earth. But man, that would be not a good thing to go. So not a good thing to go. They use fear to take away rights or watch people all the time. It happens every time. We're doing it for your sake. Exactly. I agree with you, Starborn Shadow. I agree with you. So who wants to fund my trip to North Korea? Lady Marine says, I can't stand the self-checkout at stores. Walmart has worker check receipts too. Sorry, but if you're going to be watched by a worker, cameras do not work. Myself, I'm not giving you my receipt to. A lot of passionate talk about this kind of stuff. Hiding. Jay would have gotten 12 years hard labor from dropping and hitting a black man with an ice cream bar at China Disney. No, Cole Hauser. I was like, where is he going with this? Where is he going with this? I gotta tell you though, I'm this is how it works. But I'm gonna use Ryan Kennel, my best buddy, as an example. When Tesla and Waymo and whatever first started introducing the driverless Uber, Ryan was like, I'll never use that. I'll never use that. I don't want to use that. That's stupid. I don't want to use that. Then he had a horrible driver with a stinky car, a deaf woman that took him to the wrong place, that didn't understand him. His frustration level went through the roof. And now he's like, I don't want a driver anymore. You see how it works? You see how it works? And I have to be honest, man. If I go to Walmart and I don't want to be bothered, it's self-checkout for me, man. It's self-checkout. I've had Uber drivers that don't speak a lick of English, and you're trying to like explain, like, can you just drop me off in the front, not in the back? You know? And they just like, I don't know. So it's like, well, you know. I don't know. Orlando has crazy Cuban drivers. Yeah, but now Orlando now is ushering in a whole new driverless DoorDash, driverless driverless taxis, the Waymo, the Uber taxi, all driverless. Jay, I have 6 kids. Are any of them mine? I don't think so. Self-checkout is like herding cats. Now see, in that situation, 100%. I'm saying if I'm normally by myself, I go in, I don't want to talk to nobody. I see what I want. I grab it. I just want to go. I don't want to deal with anybody. I totally understand that. If you're dealing with that, then yeah, check. Like, I totally get it. You ain't my baby mama. All right. Okay. Just checking. Just checking, man. Just checking. Just checking. The worst thing about the self-checkouts is when you see your face in that camera. You know? You ever see your face in a self-checkout camera? And it's like, do they purposely make the worst camera to make you look 50 pounds heavier, frumpier, bloated, crinkly, cracky, lips look super chapped? You know? Like, what is this camera? I look in it and I'm like, that don't even look at me. It's the worst thing ever. That's right, Mike. And the angle is even worse. They go like right under here. Sounds like my mirror. It makes me wonder why anyone lets me out of the house. No. Oh, man. No, walk into my MDL and step on a minefield. Whew. Brian, I still remember years ago, the American going over to Singapore and getting caned for vandalizing a restroom. Imagine what happens in North Korea. I believe you're talking about he vandalized he spray painted. If you're talking about the same person, he spray painted a car for a joke. He got caught. Now, I am heading to Singapore. Maybe next year. Only because there's a Universal Studios there. And to get there, which is really cool, you get off the plane at Singapore and it's on like a little island. And once you get off the plane, you could take a Skyliner or gondola, whatever you call it, over this area. It looks so beautiful. And they have a glass bottom, which is kind of creepy, but you take this Skyliner over and you could take the Skyliner directly over to where the Universal Studios is. And then they also have a train you could take, like a tram from the airport straight to the Universal Studios area. And it's massive. There's Universal Studios, then there's like this big, beautiful garden park where you go up really high in the trees and you could overlook everything. It's freaking gorgeous. I watch videos and I'm like, there's people that do it all the time because the flights over there are not as expensive. And they go once a year to the Universal Singapore. And I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go. Who wants to fund that trip? Yeah, see, Singapore is beautiful. Look at that. Highly recommend. See? Claus is right. Faye is the name. We never heard from him anymore, right? Look at that. Singapore is amazing. Second only to Japan. See? Look at that. I think Wicked wants to go. I'll go with J&B as emotional support human. Man, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. If I go with Thundarius, I'll know I'll be safe only because if people think something's going on, Thundarius will definitely get profiled over me. I dress like tourist central when I leave the country. Gray pants, Skechers, all right, plain black shirt, gray hat, nothing suspicious at all. I don't wear any flashy colors. I don't wear any shirts that I don't want to get noticed. I want to look like every average dad that shows up. Like, that's it. I don't want to get noticed. I look like an NPC. That's right. That's the whole plan. Every time I travel, I try to wear a plain, like no wording on my shirt, nothing, because I don't want anyone to look at me. No Velcro shoes. Not that bad. No Crocs with socks. Never. Band tees and shorts. That's all right. Maybe a Mickey Mouse shirt. I don't know. Jay, are you a passport bro now? Bringing back a woman? No, I just leave him there. I don't have to deal with it. Claus says I can't go, Jay. I don't want to turn the population black. Oh. Clauser will go and we'll never see him again. He's like, I found my thing here. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Speaking of like privacy, this is getting a lot of attention. And before we do that, shout out to the amazing Lurk, 360 plus people. We got people over on Kick, Spider Unlimited's over there. Mojo's over there. Graham's over there. Cliff is over there. We got people on Rumble. Mid-Iowa Gamer, Lady Marine, Alf. 38 people watching on Rumble. Shout out. We got 16, 17 people watching on Kick. That means there's lurkers in every chat. Lurkers in every chat. So shout out to you amazing lurkers. I don't even know, man. You're just like you're just beautiful people, okay? You're just beautiful people. Beautiful people. Jay, I found out yesterday you share a birthday with Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, Vince McMahon, Cal Ripken Jr., and Drunk 3PO. The other sad thing about August 24th is that's the day Trump posted his, that's the day Trump got arrested and he had his mugshot, August 24th. It's also the day that Kobe Bryant was killed. So a lot of crazy things on that day. Yeah, Drunk 3PO, Dave Chappelle, and Vince McMahon all have coffee. Imagine that conversation. Happy 65th birthday. Hey, man, 64. Okay, let's get it right. 64. Justin Flock CEO says Americans must compromise on their privacy. Yeah, you're making a lot of friends with that statement, Billy. I mean, a lot of friends. A lot of friends. That's exactly what us Americans want to hear. We want that. Yeah, you're right. We do want to compromise. No, we don't. We don't compromise. We're Americans. We don't do that crap. We don't want to True Americans don't want to compromise. The screaming white-haired, blue-haired, purple, pink, whatever. Liberal people, the women, they'll compromise. They'll compromise anything. They'll compromise anything. Cal Ripken Jr., awesome. Yeah. Florida's doing something about flock cameras already. Like this, the governor has come out and is like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that. Great. My neighbor, they decided they're going to cut their grass, so we might hear something. Just in, Governor DeSantis declares flock license plate cameras are out of control and calls for new privacy safeguards in Florida. So maybe we'll get that before he leaves office. 33% chance any state bans flock cameras by the end of the year. According to the Poly Market. That might be a safe bet. I don't know. But see, here's the thing. When it comes to that kind of stuff, here's the problem. People will see this kind of thing right here, and this is downright awful. This is awful, and I don't know. Let me show you this. This is about Canada of all places. In the last 5 years, more than 140 churches have caught fire or have been vandalized in Canada, while 0 mosques have been burned down. What a coincidence. It's like videos of like all the churches in Canada that are being burned down. So that's rough to see, man. The good news is about being a Christian, it's not about the church building, it's about the person and the people that meet. So I will say this though, like I love touring these old church buildings and how beautiful they are in there. Absolutely beautiful. So like this is my point right here. People will see this and they'll be like, we didn't catch anyone who did that. We didn't catch them. No, we didn't. But if we install these cameras, we can make sure it doesn't happen again, or at least catch the people that do it. Yeah, set them up. How dare they burn down churches? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? This is sad right here. Like, this is really sad. But the beautiful thing is the church never needed a building. It just needed the people, you know? The church never needed a building. It's all about the people. But again, on the other side of things, I do love like some of these churches, like just walking in and seeing the, you know, like it's especially some of the, I'm not even Catholic. It's the Catholic churches are just, they're beautiful, man. And I wish for what it's worth that we'd make churches like that again. But at the end of the day, it's not even about the building, you know, it's not even about the building. It's about the people. And I do know like the last thing I was reading about Christianity in America is that house churches and home Bible study groups and stuff are beginning to explode. So, Jay, I think European church, I would love to go to some of the oldest churches. There's one in Germany that looks, it's unbelievable. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love those old buildings. I love the old churches in New York that and you know what's kind of sad that like a lot of the churches in New York they're pretty empty. People don't really go. I just like the history and like the architect like how like you know, they went in with an attitude of this is the house of God and we're going to make it as the best we ever can do because God deserves our very best, right? And then you're kind of like, I get that. Like, that's awesome that mentality. And that's why people always dressed up for church because you're giving your best to God. That was the whole thinking behind that. It's like, dress your best, look your best, everything because you're supposed to give God your best. So, but you know, looking back at it, it's like, no, it's not. It's really, it's not a building. It's the people, but it's still beautiful. Places are still beautiful. Someone asked where the tweet is. It's KC Kroll. And my whole point is people will see this stuff and people will manipulate people and saying, if we had those cameras hooked up, this wouldn't happen, right? And it will trigger an emotional reaction from some people, not everybody, but from some people. And they'll say, yeah, we'll put the cameras up because I don't want my church burned down, or I don't want we want these people caught. It's just, that's just how it is. So like crime is on the loose. It's very, you know, it's out there and something horrible will happen that will make the news. It will cause an emotional reaction and people will be fine with it. So what Twitter account? Right here, right there. KC Kroll. That's like the doorbell cameras, right? Remember the doorbell cameras? They're like they did a commercial. I think they released it during the Super Bowl where it's like, hey, we got a new feature that now if your dog gets loose, we could track your dog through multiple neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And they thought that like, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want the little, you know, they made a cute little commercial of a little girl losing her pet and it running down the street and all the door cameras were activated and they were searching for this person. And then they were like, you know, and it's like, hey, it's a good idea. Everybody buy this camera so we could watch everything. They got ratioed to crap online. They're like, this is a terrible idea. That's how they do that. Bruce, I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. It's how they get you, man. It's how they get you. Not us. I'm just saying, like the masses, you know. Look at this right here. I always like to go from a funny story to a serious one. Like that's how we do it here. We bounce around because emotions can get high and passionate gets people get passionate. What's up, Rhino? This is pretty funny. This is like someone put together like all our favorite memes in a AI video.
Hey, you want to go?
I think that's funny.
Hey, you want to go?
I mean, eventually AI is going to be so good that people won't be able to tell the difference. So, what does it matter? And if they don't like you, they'll just make an AI video saying that you committed a crime and that'll be the end of it, right? But you want to know something? At least we have a fart corner in our public school system. You know? At least we have a fart corner. Humanity is saved. Humanity is saved now that you can fart freely in the classroom. Breaking: the FBI has arrested Democratic Massachusetts State Representative Francisco Paulino for pandemic fraud. Oh, snap. Here we go. Now do Tim Walz.
Good morning, everyone.
Listen, I have to be honest with you. I'm not supposed to be a judgy person, all right? But look at this guy's face. I mean, just look at this guy's, like, I feel like sometimes you can look at someone's face and just go, yeah. I mean, there's some, like, if you dress like that and wear, like, I mean, listen, I have one of those. I've been told by multiple people, I have a face that, like, somebody, like, they would leave comments. They're like, Jay, when I see your face, I just want to punch you. There's just something about your face that makes me want. I'm like, all right, I understand it. I have like one of those faces that are just annoying and unpleasant to look at. It's no problem. So look, now someone's saying, hey, he looks just like you, Jay. Yeah, I look just like that guy. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone's saying it looks like Jay. Dang, my face is that fat? I've been on the Cole Hauser diet, man. He sent me a diet back in the day, man. It's like, you know. Horrible. Let's see what happened to him.
This morning, we arrested Massachusetts State Representative Francisco Paulino, who represents the 16th Essex District which includes the cities of Lawrence and Methuen, for pandemic unemployment insurance fraud, pandemic loan fraud, and money laundering. He is charged in an 11-count indictment that was unsealed today. A grand jury in Boston also returned an 11-count indictment charging the sitting mayor of Lawrence, Brian DePina, with pandemic loan fraud and money laundering. As many of you know, Mayor DePina was arrested last week on a criminal complaint. He is alleged to have stolen approximately $1.5 million in public taxpayer money he used to fund his mayoral campaign, pay his personal tax liabilities, and pay off personal loans. The date for his arraignment on the indicted charges has yet to be set. According to the Paulino indictment, Mr. Paulino devised a scheme to fraudulently obtain more than $700,000 in federal pandemic-related relief funds. It is alleged that Paulino used some of the money for his own personal use, including real estate expenses, loan payments, and transfers to his campaign account. Other money he flipped around and lent to other individuals at higher interest rates than the pandemic loan rate, basically making more money for himself at the expense of others. Prior to being elected for a seat in the Massachusetts House of Representatives in November of 2021, it is alleged that Paulino ran several businesses, including Madison Tax in Lawrence. Madison Tax provided tax preparation and business planning services to small businesses. Paulino's alleged fraud began in April of 2020 when he allegedly filed an online application for pandemic unemployment assistance benefits, not for himself, but rather in the name of an unwitting 77-year-old relative. The application falsely claimed that the relative had worked for Madison Tax in 2019. Once the unemployment claim was approved, based on the false information Pauline submitted, funds were deposited into an account that Paulino controlled.
Wow.
From April of 2020 until September of 2021, Paulino filed false weekly certifications with the Massachusetts Department of Unemployment Assurance, all in the relative's name. These unemployment benefits that Paulino fraudulently obtained for himself totaled over $44,000. Paulino also allegedly filed fraudulent paperwork with the Small Business Association Administration in order to obtain economic injury disaster loans, commonly referred to as EIDLs. Some of these applications were for businesses Paulino owned, and others were filed in the name of a business owned by a client of Madison Tax. It is alleged that Paulino used the fraudulently obtained money for his own benefit. First, Paulino allegedly filed an application for an EIDL in which he falsely represented that the revenues of one of his businesses, Jackson Enterprise, were over $426,000 during the time frame of January of 2019 to January of 2020. The problem is that the business wasn't in operation until August of 2020. The SBA approved the loan based on the alleged false information.
I'll tell you one thing. Not with everybody. Greed will get you, man. Greed will get you. Greed will get you, man. Like, it's just one of the deadliest sins. You get away with a little bit, like, all right, we stole like $100,000. Yeah, man, let's do it again. I want more. 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 It's a sickness, man, that just eats you up. And you don't have to be a politician to be a greedy person. You know, people are greedy for attention. People are greedy for money. People are greedy for power. People are greedy for things. I mean, it's just like crazy.
And sent $136,000 to an account controlled by Paulino. It is further alleged that Paulino obtained an EIDL of over $109,000 for Madison Tax in May of 2020 and later requested an increase to the Madison Tax EIDL. In July of 2021.
Speaking of greed, Can you guys join my Patreon? Can we get 50 gifted memberships before 10? Can we someone send $500 super chat? Can you go to Nine Line and buy my shirts? Also, I have a great bag here that you guys should be picking up. I don't know why we're waiting. We should sell 50 of these. Everyone that's bought this bag from 221B has said it's the greatest thing ever. I don't have Rumble Wallet, okay? I don't have any of those things. So I need you.
The SBA approved an increase of over $290,000 to Madison Tax's EIDL, and Paulino falsely certified that he would use that $290,000 as working capital for Madison Tax. Instead, it is alleged that he loaned most of that money to other individuals through another of his businesses, Madison Mortgage, charging interest rates significantly higher than the interest rate he was getting for the Madison Tax loan. It is further alleged that Paulino took advantage of one of his tax clients by misrepresenting the terms and conditions for obtaining EIDL loans. As alleged in the indictment, based on applications Paulino filed, the SBA awarded over $345,000 in EIDL loans to his client's business. Paulino then had that client forward $200,000 of those funds to him, which he used to partially fund a $680,000 mortgage for an individual for the purchase of real property.
Hey.
The interest rate Paulino charged on the mortgage loan was higher than the interest rate from the EIDL. In total, it is alleged that Paulino fraudulently obtained over $700,000 in federal benefits that he was not entitled to, and used the funds to line his own pockets. The conduct alleged by the Lawrence mayor and the district state representative is appalling. Everyone listening today knows how difficult it was for Americans during the pandemic and how challenging it was for businesses. The money these two individuals allegedly scammed was meant for hardworking Americans and struggling business owners, not for two greedy individuals who lied and stole for their own personal benefit. I think it should be clear now that we are taking fraud seriously in Massachusetts. From SNAP and housing fraud to voter fraud to pandemic relief fraud, we are dialed in and laser focused on rooting out every bit we find.
I love this woman. Yeah, she talks like me. I love this woman. All right, Tim Waltz next, please. Let's do Tim Waltz. Do Tim Waltz. I'll do a whole live stream dedicated to, Also, I saw this. My man Kohlhauser tagged me. Cards are making a comeback, dude. Upper Deck announces deal with Hasbro. The Transformers, the movie, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, lead product release. Man, I like it. I like it. Might not be perfect. I think it's yeah. I don't know. We might be doing a rip it. Might be doing a rip it stream with Transformer cards like Ryan does. I don't know. Maybe me and Kohlhauser would do it. First of all, though, I will say this. Kohlhauser is probably my expert on this. So if he thinks it's going to be crappy and not worth it, I might have to hold back. I'll tell you this much, though, man. Them Optimus Prime, if these cards catch on, the Optimus Prime and that Megatron will be worth some money, like, that'll be worth some money. Like, I think, all right, there we go. I got got it. Jay's about to become DSP with Transformer Pack Red. And then Thundarius goes, well, I want the Power Ranger one. You'll be just as bad. Just as bad. They look freaking sick. They look sick. Where are we? Man, remember yesterday we showed a video of Nick Shirley said he was going to California and he was going to do a protest there. And everyone's favorite young Democrat was like, this is 45 minutes into Nick Shirley's rally in California attacking Governor Newsom, and nobody showed up. Completely empty. America doesn't like grift losers like him. So he's showing a clip of basically he do we think Harry is lying here? You think Harry is like he's lying? Could he be lying? Well, of course he's lying. There's Nick Shirley, laughing emoji with actually the rally that happened. I guess people did show up. I guess people did show up. Let me check on Kick. Everybody looking good on Kick. All right, we're good. Let me check on the Rumble side. Does Jay have a ripping corner? Oh. Not yet, but maybe I should. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to go over this too because these people, man. I got to call this stuff out. And thank you for being here. We almost cracked 4. It's amazing. Like once I get back home, like the numbers will go up. But on my away computer, we're like at 383. Haven't cracked 400 yet. People are like, when Jay's away and he's in a weird place, it doesn't do it for me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not watching. Or maybe, maybe the show is over. Maybe the show is over. We had a good run. Baptist pastor condemns King Josiah for destroying the idols and statues of false gods during his reign, laminating the impact it would have on young Israelite girls who needed a feminine deity like Asherah to look up to. You got to be kidding me.
Did you know that God used to have a wife?
Kings, don't be like those people that leave every time. They don't like. Did I say laminating wrong? I mean, what is there? For those people that are seeking and looking for God or a higher truth, the reason why I play these is because I do get a lot of emails from people that are like, hey, man, I used to go to church when I was a kid and I don't know. I just want you to know, if you walk into a place and someone says this from the pulpit, leave. Just leave. Just smile and be gracious and be like, that ain't it. You know, I don't know why all these gay pastors look exactly the same. They look like Mo with glasses. I don't know why that is. Just leave. Also, I can't wait to start giving these away. There's been so many of you that said they want to buy one. I can't. I'm not selling Bibles. I will never sell Bibles. I might just set up a Give, Send, Go if you want to donate. If you want to, but I'm not going to sell a Bible. If you want a Bible, I'm going to give you a Bible. If you feel like, hey man, I can help, I want to donate, then I'll put up something. And if we raise more than the initial ones that I buy, then I'll just buy more Bibles to give away. We'll just do that. I will not make a profit or from buy. I can't do it. My heart and soul will not allow that to happen. You can support me by joining my Patreon or Super Chat or whatever, like not by buying a buy. I will not. Everyone's like, I'll buy two, I'll buy. I was like, I appreciate it. I can't do it. It's just, I cannot do it. We'll be transparent with everything. So, just throwing that out there. I'm so blessed by so many of you that are like, I want to donate to this because this is a good thing, Jay. And I wish I had them, because two people that are going to meet me at this month, they are they requested when I said I'll mail them out. So that's a little harsh on Mo. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So I think it's going to be like, they're $30 a Bible, because I don't want cheap ones that'll get destroyed. So we start with 100. Was that like $3,000, something like that? So,
Did you know that God used to have a wife?
he didn't.
I did not. It's the kind of thing they don't teach you in SBC Sunday School. Go figure. And no, before you dismiss it, it's not some fringe internet theory or influencer trying to be edgy. This is actually a widely accepted theory in the world of historical religious scholarship.
A theory that's not accepted by anybody.
The story goes like this. The God character we know from Hebrew and Christian myths, he wasn't always like we imagine him now. And I am going to call him a him for this service, because we are talking about a literary character here, and that character has a specific gender, and it matters for this story. See, thousands of years ago, there was an ancient Canaanite religion that worshipped several gods, two of which were a couple. This is the goddess Asherah and her partner, El. As Israel was developing as a nation and starting to write their own mythologies and sort out their own theology, it turns out they borrowed significantly from the gods and myths of the cultures around them.
Correct.
And so this Canaanite El became part of the template for what would become who we know as Yahweh.
Oh, no.
And that included...
bro. Oh, no way, dude. Where the freak is he getting this? He's literally pulling this out of the air. You want to know what God did to false prophets and false religion in the Old Testament? He wasn't too kind to these people. He wasn't kind at all. Let's just pick one, for example. Let's take the prophet Elijah. Elijah said, you know what? I'm sick of all these false prophets in Canaan and all these places. I'm sick of all of them. So you tell every single one of them to meet me at this mountain, Mount Carmel. We're going to have a battle. It's in the Bible. You could read it. It's an awesome story. He brought in all of these false prophets and he said, let's do an altar. I'll do an altar to my God. You do an altar to your God. Right? And whatever God sets the altar on fire first, that's the real God. So the false prophets, 100 plus, said, all right, let's do this. They built an altar. They started cutting themselves. They started chanting. They started doing everything for hours. Elijah, in the Bible, looked at him and said, what's wrong with your God? He ain't showing up. Maybe he's off on a vacation. This is in the Bible. He said, maybe he's in the bathroom and he can't hear you. Scream louder. Maybe he's taking a dump. I don't know. Tell me what's going on. Eventually, they became so exhausted, they passed out. So Elijah looked at his altar and he was like, hey, dump a bunch of water all over it, man. Soak it with water. He said a prayer. Fire came down from heaven. He looked at all the false prophets and was like, give me your sword. We're killing all. We're killing them all. They massacred all the false prophets. Some might say that's kind of harsh. Well, this is, also in the Old Testament, King Saul. God gave him a strict order. See this group of people over here? False prophets. Kill them all. Execute Order 66. Kill them all. He didn't do it. He decided to keep a few of them alive. And that's when God's like, are you not going to listen to me? All right. Okay. Off we go. I'm going to make a new king. It ain't you. I'm done with you. Then King David shows up. This, where he's saying, like, this is where we get Yahweh. This is where we get our God from the Bible, is from, like, false gods. Oh, my gosh, man. Where is he?
El's partner, Asherah. I know it's not what most of us were taught, but ancient images and inscriptions indicate that for a very long time, a lot of Israel worshipped not only Yahweh, but Yahweh and Asherah. And in all the prophetic literature we have.
Okay, that is correct. Israel had a massive problem when they were freed from Egypt. It's in the Bible. Many of them defected and began to worship false religion, and they were dealt with. It happened all the time. If you go and read the book of Judges, almost the beginning of every single chapter in the front there, it says, and the people turned on God and they began to worship false idols, and God became angry with them. So he rose up, judges to judge the people for their disobedience. Sorry. Unlocked preacher mode here. I'm just saying, like, it's just so. He rose them up and, like, took out the false pride. It was a constant thing, man.
From this period, it doesn't look like anybody had a problem with that.
They massacred the false prophets. They massacred them. What do you mean no one had a problem with that? What do you mean? It's all in the Old Testament.
There were male gods and there were female gods. And why not?
Why not? Because there's only one God. There's only one God. And Jesus was God made flesh. And then he was in a form of a man. Holy crap, dude. Where did they find this guy?
we reduce the divine to just one thing? I'll tell you why. Because in the 7th century BCE, a man came to power named Josiah.
Yes.
And it seems like Josiah had this ambitious political vision as king. We can't be exactly sure of his motives, but it looks like he wanted to consolidate power on a massive scale to ensure that he and his family.
So I'm going to say this too. When preachers, teachers, philosophers, doctorates of history or whatever, professors, when they use terminology like, it looks like he did this, I think it was part of this, it reads as if it might be this, it means they have no idea what they're talking about. They are not even speaking with authority. They're speaking in theory of something, and anyone can make a theory. Anyone can make a theory about anything and everything, and if you read it, you'll be like, oh, I agree with that theory. And if you're going to teach a theory, you have to use the verbiage, this is a theory that I happen to believe on, but people should do their own research. All kinds of theories out there. The fact that he's using words, it appears to be, it looks like he did it. Like, man, that is right then and there. Done. That means he's just making something up. Or he read something on Reddit and like, oh, this sounds like truth. In the book of Timothy, chapter 2, I'm no Bible scholar, but it said in the last days, people will have itchy ears and they will try to find a doctrine that fits their lifestyle. Basically, it's like they will, itchy ears. I just want to find something that I believe in. I don't want to listen to truth. Now, I know there's people watching and probably leaving that aren't Christians, that don't believe in it, and that is your decision. That is your decision. Clyde for 30 says this should cover one of those 2 Bibles. Brother. So that's where Judge Dredd came from. Thank you, Clyde. And Wyoming Sasquatch says, we need a little break. We need a little Rose Tico break. I need it, bro. I'm about to bust a blood vessel. Exactly, Bruce. Good morning for people that are just Slapcast 199. That's pretty funny. All right, breathe, Jay. Here we go. If anybody's sending a donation on Kick or, oh, shoot, Old Man Hatfield and Graham. No, Graham, to help pay for some Bibles so folks don't have to listen to a hippie Muppet like this clowning, leading everyone straight to hell. 1,000 kicks. Old Man Hatfield is matching Mr. Graham for the same reason. 1,000 kicks. Guys, I told you not to do that. Told you not to do that. What am I saying? You guys don't listen anyway.
Held all the cards in this area. And the best tool he could use to do that was religion. See, up to that point, there had been shrines in virtually every city. So religion was localized and religious leadership was democratized. But Josiah, wanting to put all the power in one place, declared there was only one temple, and it was in Jerusalem, where he worked. And there was only one God, a male and a king, like Josiah, and that was Yahweh. And every other shrine was to be torn down, all the other idols destroyed, all worshipers of anyone but Yahweh condemned. And so over a few years, Asherah, the female balance of Yahweh, went from being a god to being a false idol. From a textual criticism
Are you serious? Because it is a fault.
perspective, we can see that scriptures were modified and new ones introduced.
Scriptures were modified? Oh
History
my.
was awkwardly rewritten to sound like it had always been this way. And the heavens were moved to make way for fragile male egos. And can you imagine for a minute being a woman in 7th century BC?
Buddy, I bet you imagine being a woman every time you wake up and see that small thing you got in between your legs that you wish you were a woman. I bet you imagine yourself as a woman every freaking day, because I don't know what the freak you're reading. The fact that you would stand up there and dear God, I don't know what the freak you're reading from. It definitely isn't the Bible to say, oh, the Bible was made up and been changed and everything, and maybe we should have false idols because it'll make you feel good as a person. This is the most demonic thing I have. Like, we play a lot of dumb clips from a lot of dumb people that think that they are an authority to teach the Bible. We really do. We really do. This has got to be clearly one of the dumbest things. This has got to be a parody skit. I don't even know. But for the love of Lord, have mercy. If I ever see you in public, I will be standing 100 feet away from you because I fear the day that lightning will strike. And you better wake up every day of your life and thank God for his mercy that is nude every morning over your life for preaching this type of filth. What the freak are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Telling people, imagine if you're a woman. The Bible is about bringing hope to the hopeless. It is the good news that no matter what you have done in this world, that yes, God the Father loves you so much that he gave a sacrifice to cover your sins from past, present, and future because he loves you that much. It's not a golden ticket for an easy life. It doesn't mean you're going to be blessed with billions of dollars. And as a Christian myself, and you might not be, but I'm just telling you what I believe in, that there is an enemy, that there is a real devil that is trying to pollute and cloud this message of hope and salvation. And as long as it stays clouded and people don't understand that, they will reject that message. And that's exactly what he wants. Anyway, sorry, not trying to be preaching this morning, but what is this?
Israel.
You know what happened to women back in the day? Women have more rights in America today than any other time in history. We freaking got a WNBA. All right? We have a WNBA in this country. Women were not treated well back then, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that you say they should have a false idol to look up to as a woman.
Someone who, since they were children, were taught by their mothers to cry out to the Queen of Heaven and bring offerings to the divine woman who understood you. And then suddenly, she was gone. Exiled. Not just banished, but somehow evil now. Does that make you mad? Because it makes me mad.
Let me get this straight. So you read the so-called Bible that you have in front of you about a king in the Old Testament who decided to do away with false idols and tear down the statues of false idols because he was instructed to by God, because it was confusing the people and deceiving them about who God really is. You read this in the Bible and you get angry. Buddy, yeah, I think you got bigger problems than you know what to do with. I think you got freaking massive problems. If the Bible's making you that angry, you need to go sit in the fart corner. All right? And maybe rethink your life choices. Yeah, there's stuff in the Bible that I don't like reading. Yes. There's stuff in the Bible that I wish Jesus didn't say because I'm like, man, that's a tough one. There's stuff in there. Of course there is. This is ridiculous, man. Fart, Bruce. I wonder how many people are in the church, though. That's what I want to know. How many people is he just preaching to like the elderly that can't hear? Beetle Johnson for 10. I need that Old Testament lightning strike, please. Unfortunately, even though I do believe it does happen at times that we just don't see. James and John went to Jesus one day when people were making fun of Jesus and said, you know what, Jesus, we need to send down the lightning and the fire on these people and burn them alive. And Jesus was like, slow down there, Kemosabe. Like, slow down. I love these people, and I'm going to die for these people. And get him, Jay. Amen. The guy should wake up every day and thank God above that he wasn't born in the time of the Old Testament. You know? Jeez. Bring back tar and feathering for this guy. Mow Downs. Look at this. I got to get away from the religious story. I'm supposed to be happy, Jay, all right? I'm with my folks. Whew. 3 South Carolina teens arrested for allegedly cutting down flock cameras and smashing it with a hammer until its battery exploded. Why do they all look related? They co-pastor and one is a female. Yeah. I want to know where they make their money, you know? They still make it by donations? Or do like they get a sizable check from like the LGBTQ religious organization? They're all wearing it. Is that a jumpsuit that they're wearing? Or they're all just wearing the same thing? Comment section should be good. Jason said, I saw them running an adoption event at the local animal shelter that day. It couldn't have been them. These kids are all right. Good kids. Pray for America. Impossible. They were on vacation with me for 3 months out of the country. Look how everyone's coming to defend them. Oh, CNN headquarters. We got our lead story. They're white, male. They got a handsome ringleader who's just oozing toxic masculinity and privilege. Fantastic. What is it? Murder? No. They took out flock cameras. Patriots. They didn't do it. I saw those guys here in Florida hanging out by the beach. That's funny, man. Legends. Not surprised that they're white. Dang. That's a hero. Left kid. Good kid. Wants to look cool. To middle kid. Middle kid is the ringleader. Psychopath just stood there and watched. Right kid, the dumb one, did the dirty work. I saw those kids working at a local soup kitchen, so definitely wasn't them. They're innocent. Better Call Saul. None of these three. No, these three were with me a whole different time in a different state. I love these comments, man. They're funny. Oh. Eurotard here. What is a flock camera? Isn't that for tracking wild animals? Brave kids who don't want to be spied on by shady politicians. Yeah, look at that. Battery exploded, and somehow that's the least surprising part of this story. Our founding fathers were pretty young too. Just saying. Well done, gents. They uninstalled the cam manually. Let's go. Oh, man. It wasn't them. I saw them at a mall 10 miles away. Couldn't have been them. They were washing puppies and kittens for free at the adoption center. Give them the Medal of Freedom. They were helping my grandma with yard work today. It wasn't them. These are great. These are great. These are great. These are great. Anyway, that's the show today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back tomorrow. Park Hoppin' Live will be Saturday. Hope you guys are enjoying Daily without me and Ryan. And thank you all for the love and support, man. Seriously. Thank you guys for thank you for the love and support. I appreciate it. You guys are keeping the lights on, and looks like I'm taking my dad out on a might be taking my dad out on a boat today. He really likes being out on a boat, so trying to make some memories, you know. And wouldn't be possible if it wasn't all for all of you guys. Seriously. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all. Never enough, you know. Never enough. I'm glad the people that won the Patreon giveaway got their stuff. Some of them are really happy with what's got going on, and we'll do another one. We're gonna do another one. Because look at this. Look at this. Hold on, I gotta show you this. Hold on, I gotta show you this while everybody's leaving. The real ones are still sticking around. Oh, I'm like knocking the table over. Hold on. From my man Wilson, who plays Bullseye and Daredevil. Look at that comic cover. That's a cool one. I got this one too. This one got certified by CGC as a signature. So might give one of these away because my Patreon people are keeping they're so cool. They're so good to me. So these are pretty awesome. These are pretty awesome. And thank you guys, people showing up for the Bible. I'll make plans for the Bibles. We got some cool things in the work. I have we got something coming to all my people. Not only do we have a travel bag, we're working on a sling bag. We got Bibles, we got meetups everywhere. Dallas Fan Expo, Hershey Park, King's Dominion. Yeah, see, you got this one's certificate. Ready to go. This is a great. I didn't even know this was a cover. I saw it at the con. I was like, I got to get this one. It's a Punisher comic book with Bullseye. So, and we got the certificate right there. So, I will donate for Bibles if you set up outside collection. If I do anything, it'll be like a give, send, go. It'll be like a give, send, go. I'm excited to get these out, man. This is what it's all about. The new vlog is up about the con, but yeah, we got anyway, a lot of stuff a lot of cool stuff happening over here, and I hope you guys want to be a part of it. Men's Bible study, women's Bible study done through an app. If you're not a part of that, everything is fantastic. And when I get back, we'll finally do our Bible podcast with I got a nice group of people nice group of people that will go over some stuff on a different time, however, but a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. People are texting me and messaging me right now that they want to donate. You guys, unbelievable support. Unbelievable support. Pray for B-Man as he's dealing with a death in his family. And yeah, that's it. All right. I'll see y'all later. Cameron Crossbook's almost done. So till then, God bless you guys. Be the reason someone smiles today. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. This is unbelievable. And I'll catch you tomorrow.